going to be a bit of a peculiar video for me today because I'm talking about this really unknown band. I don't really know if any of you guys have heard of them. They're called the Beatles. They're just this small little band. Some of you might have heard of them. If not, anyway, I suggest sticking around because they're pretty decent. So hello and yes, welcome back to another video, guys. Now I'm going to apologise for the intro there because I did not know what to do for an intro there because opposite that we're actually talking about the biggest band ever, the coolest band ever, the band that everyone should know, and that is the Beatles. Well, hey, you just say their name and you get goosebumps. It's like, oh yeah, we're talking about that band again. Now I don't do many Beatles videos, mainly because I really figure, and I wasn't planning on doing this video, when you talk about the Beatles, it's like, what can I add that hasn't already been said? I can't. The Beatles are the most talked about band, and there's so much that's been said on them and still being continued to be said. It's like, I really don't know what I can add to that anymore. That's why I prefer to talk about their solo careers. But I want to give a massive shout out to a channel which I'm sure you're all familiar with. Me, Mr. Mayo, Joe. How you doing, Joe? I'm going to salute you, Joe. How you doing? Fantastic guy here in the VC. Fantastic Beatles guy, as everyone knows. He's the king of the Beatles. And I as I say, I didn't have any interest in doing at least the best Beatles list. But I saw Joe's. Joe's was fantastic. I love the video, Joe. It was brilliant. I'll link in the description to Joe's video in case you haven't seen it. And yeah, it really inspired me to do this. I actually got so into watching it, I was like, yeah, I really enjoyed that. I think I want to give it a go now. It's like I wasn't that enthusiastic about doing it before, but then after watching Joe's video, it was like, yeah, I really enjoyed that. I want to give it a go myself now. So here I am, I'm giving it a go. But I do want to give another shout out to Mr. Ben Simpson. So how you doing, Ben? You can have a salute as well. A link in the description to Ben Simpson's Least the Best Beatles videos, because he done a Least the Best video as well, which was really cool as well. So if you haven't checked out Ben's, I also recommend checking out Ben's. So two great videos, two great channels there. Check them both out, that's for sure, if you haven't, but I'm sure you guys have. But anyway, one more announcement before we get started. I'm going to apologise about my TV being on. PlayStation's doing some updates, so I've left it on in the background, but I've turned the volume down so it won't interrupt us. We're just going to have a big blue light glowing from the side here. But anyway, here we go. 13 Least the Best Beatles albums. This isn't set in stone, this is just how I feel right now. Some days I'm more in the mood for the later Beatles stuff, so the later Beatles stuff is going to come at the top. Sometimes I'm in the mood for the more Beatlemania stuff, the early Beatles stuff, so that will come higher in the ranking list. And, as I say, this list is not set in stone. This is just how I feel for right now. I think it's September the 6th, 2016. So, yeah, that's just how I feel for right here, right now. Not set in stone. I know not everyone's going to agree, and for those of you who don't agree, fair enough. Hit me up in the comments, let me know what you guys would think, because I'm always interested to hear what you guys are saying and whatnot. But yeah, okay, here we go. Coming in at number 13, no surprise, Yellow Submarine, and pure simple reason for this is there's only 4 new songs. It's really just an EP. So you get Only a Northern Song, All Together Now, Hey Bulldog, and It's All Too Much. Of course, they bring back Yellow Submarine, which is from Revolver, and All You Need Is Love, which is from the Magical Mystery Tour EP. However, I am going to include the Magical Mystery Tour album for this list. So yeah, Only a Northern Song's great, I love it. George Harrison track there, very interesting. We've got another Harrison track on here, It's All Too Much, which is, again, another very interesting track, which, yeah, it's a good one. But my favourites on here are actually the middle two. I like, All Together Now and Hey Bulldog, the Lennon-McCartney ones. Hey Bulldog is probably my favourite of the 4. But anyway, the reason it comes in last, even though I'd put all 4, if I was doing like a ranking of my least to best Beatles songs, these 4 would probably outrank nearly all the tracks on the next album. While I think these are brilliant songs, 4 songs, when the other albums, the next album that's coming up has 14 songs on. It's like you get a whole extra 10 songs on the next album. So it's like, how could I put this above that? So anyway, Yellow Submarine. That there. There we go. So next one up is going to be with the Beatles. Now then, there's a couple songs on here which I would put above Yellow Submarine. The songs on Yellow Submarine, sorry. Like All My Loving. Yeah, I know, it's the overplayed, it's the big hit. It's the easy one to go for, but it's the easy one to go for a reason, because it's brilliant. I love that song. It Won't Be Long's a good one. What else do I like on here? I like Not a Second Time. That one's good as well. And really, the album is, again, it's solid. There's not really any bad tracks on here. I like them all. I like the covers. I like Roll Over Beethoven. I like their cover of Please Mr. Postman, Till There Was You. That was another good one. Yeah, really, it's a very, very good album. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, compared to their later stuff, it's, you know, it's got the least character, this album, I would say. My opinion, of course. I know some people are going to disagree, but in my opinion, you know, I like it when they kind of shine through a bit more and put their own kind of quirky twists on songs. And, you know, a lot of these are just simple rock and roll. They're fun, they're brilliant, I love them. But I prefer the ones that have a bit more oomph to them. Oomph. Whatever that is. I don't know what oomph is. I just... oomph. Anyway, next one up is going to be the debut, Please Please Me. I put this one over with the Beatles. Because there's a couple songs on here which I just adore. I always play them. And the fact that this was all recorded on the spot gives me so much more respect for this album. This really is the Beatles live album. And they sound incredible. It's like sometimes I'm like, really? This is live? This is done on the spot? I mean, I know there's some production over the top. There was a bit of work done. However, you know, you can really hear through the echo effects and whatnot that most of this was generally done on the spot, and you're like, what? It's incredible, really. So obviously, I Saw Her Standing There. Ask Me Why, Please Please Me, P.S. I Love You. I like Do You Want to Know a Secret? That one's a little bit repetitive, I guess, but I still really like that one. And one of the covers on here, which I think is actually better than the original. Sorry. Twist and Shout, you know, with Lennon's dying voice after the 12-hour sessions. It is incredible. But yeah, I really like all the songs on here. There's a couple on here which are a bit weaker, I think. I'm not a big fan on Boys. Yeah, Love Me Do. I do like Love Me Do, don't get me wrong. That's the one that started it all, really. So I don't want to complain about that. But I think I've heard that one too many times. But yeah, Please Please Me. You know, what a rocking solid album there. Next one up is going to be Beatles for Sale. Now then, a lot of people do actually like to pick on this one and put it quite low down in the list. However, I actually tend to enjoy this album quite a lot. So yeah, I mean, I love the cover. This is one of the best photos, if not the best photo of the Beatles. I used to have a huge poster of them on my wall of this album cover before my Blu-ray shelves, the Blu-ray wall came up. But yeah, this has got some really good stuff on. 8 Days a Week. I Don't Want to Spoil the Party is great. Every Little Thing. You know, this is a really good album. I really do like this one. I love Paul's version of Kansas City on here as well. You know, I don't think he should have redone it on his Russian album, but there we go. So yeah, I really like this album. Got a soft spot for it. Good, solid, rocking, good album. The next one up is going to be Help. So here we are with, this is where the Beatles really started to change a bit. I really think this is where they started to put a bit more of the oomph. I don't know what the oomph is, guys, I'm sorry. But they're putting more of an oomph. They're putting a bit more characteristic into their songs. And while I don't have a problem with that, I love the early stuff. This is where the music started to get a bit more interesting for my taste. Help is fantastic. The Night Before is great. All you've got to do is... Oh, You've Got to Hide Your Love Away. Amazing song. Absolutely love it. Another Girl, You're Gonna Lose That Girl. Ticket to Ride. My favourite one on here. I love that. I really like Ringo's cover on here, Act Naturally. That's really good. One of the best Ringo songs, I think, there, actually. And it's a shame it was a cover, really. But oh well. Good old Ringo. You Like Me Too Much. The Harrison one's good. I've Just Seen a Face, and of course Yesterday. Well, maybe Yesterday's my favourite. You know, I've heard Yesterday so many times. It's kind of like, I want to say Ticket to Ride, but you just can't take anything away from Yesterday. It's so good. But yeah, I love this album. It's great. So yeah, that's coming in at, what number are we at? Hang on, bear with me. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. That was number 9. Coming in at number 8 is going to be A Hard Day's Night. Here it is. And I know, Joe, you spoke very highly of this album, and I'm really pleased you did. And because out of their early stuff, this is my favourite of the early albums. This is just incredible. I love the cover for a start. You know, everyone's tried to remake this cover at some point, I think. Love the back cover as well. Some pictures from the classic film. And I actually like the film. You know, you guys know me. I love all my new movies and stuff. You know, you guys... I'll do it one more time for the hell of it. Look at all the movies. So, you know, I really do like to watch my films. However, I'm not stuck into modern films. I have a lot of older films there. A lot of older ones. I've got a lot of original James Bond. Some original Doctor Who. I've got Italian Job. You know, I've got some classic films from the 70s. But I do own Help and A Hard Day's Night. And while I'm not the biggest fan on Help, the film... I really do like the film A Hard Day's Night. I think it's a really good film. Really good insight into what the Beatles' lives were like, with a bit of a comedic twist on it. But the album itself, the opening track's fantastic. I can't list out favourite tracks because they're all just gold on here. They're brilliant. I guess the ones which are like amazing gold, the ones which have an amazing feel to them. A Hard Day's Night, I Should Have Known Better, And I Love Her, Can't Buy Me Love, Anytime at All, Things We Said Today, You Can't Do That, and I'll Be Back. They're probably my real favourites on here, but they're all gold on here. Every song would probably be very close to a 10 out of 10. This would, you know, if I was to put this album on my album ranking board, this would very easily appear in the 9 section. It's a fantastic album there. What's this, number 7 now? 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Number 7 is, and I was debating about swapping this one and A Hard Day's Night around, so, you know, this one and A Hard Day's Night pretty much were ties, I guess. But anyway, it's Let It Be. Now, and the reason I put this one over A Hard Day's Night in this list is because while A Hard Day's Night is a better album consistently, this one has a couple trucks. Yeah, this album has some trucks on which are really good. They go really fast. This album has a couple tracks on which, in my opinion, are just unbelievable. Some of the best songs ever made, in my opinion. And that is Across the Universe, Let It Be, I've Got a Feeling, Get Back, and I've saved this one till last, The Long and Winding Road, my favourite song ever. This album just has incredible songs on. Them 4 tracks are unbelievable. 4 of the best songs in the Beatles' entire career. Long and Winding Road, still to this day, is probably my favourite song ever. I love it. It's just such a beautiful song. I also love Two of Us, I Need Mine, One After 909, and For You Blue. There's a couple filler tracks on here. I'm not the biggest fan on Dig a Pony. And then Dig It, Maggie May, kind of... I don't mind Maggie May, actually. I think their vocals are very good on that. Short little daddy song. Dig It, you know, just dig it, whatever. But yeah, I like it. Very good album, very good. And Phil Spector's twist on it, I know some people don't like it. And, you know, we have the Let It Be Naked vinyl pressing now if we want to hear them songs without Phil Spector's twist. However, you know, we have the 2 options. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because my TV just went funny. We have the 2 options, the Let It Be Naked and the Let It Be. I have grown up listening to the normal Let It Be, so I am used to that. So that is my favourite. So anyway, are we in top 5 now? What we got? What we got left? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6. Just missing out the top 5. It's going to be Rubber Soul. Yeah, Rubber Soul. Mine's got Carol written at the top somewhere. I've got like 5 copies of this album, and I pulled out the one that's got bloody writing on the top. Okay, so anyway, Rubber Soul, you know. Love the album cover. Got to kind of do it that way. Very cool picture of the Beatles there. When I was younger, though, I never used to think that looked like George Harrison, though. Just looking at it, I'm like, is that really George? It's like... but anyway, yeah. Yeah, I don't even know what I can say about this. From here on, all these albums are 10 out of 10s, really. All these albums, there are no flaws whatsoever. But I will just list out every song on these albums from here on out are good. Obviously, they're the Beatles. But the ones that I'm going to read out are like the special good ones, I guess you could say. So we got Drive My Car, Norwegian Wood, which is second favourite on here. Nowhere Man, Michelle, What Goes On, Girl, I'm Looking For You, and Run For Your Life. But the best one on here, probably my second or third favourite Beatles song, In My Life. It's a beautiful song. Beautiful. You cannot take anything away from that song. 10 out of 10. No, that's like a 20 out of 10 track, that one. That one is incredible. Anyway, top 5. Here we go. Coming in at number 5 is going to be Revolver. Here we are. We've just had its 50th anniversary and I missed it. Sorry. I will not miss Sgt. Pepper's 50th though. Yeah, for a start, I love the album cover by Klaus Voormann. Klaus Voormann, very talented bassist and artist. Fantastic guy. The documentary on Klaus Voormann, actually, for those Beatles fans, I'd really recommend you check it out. Because Paul McCartney's on it and he does this song which is on Klaus Voormann's album. Not many people have heard it. So it's like, you know, there's a Paul McCartney song out there that no one's heard. Also, there's the Paul McCartney song on Eric Clapton's 2013 album, Old Sock. All of Me. Beatles fans, type in Eric Clapton, All of Me. It's really Eric and Paul singing together. It is incredible. One of my favourite Paul McCartney songs. I actually love it. There's so many Beatles fans which haven't heard that song. So, Beatles fans, there's a link in the description to Eric Clapton's All of Me. I know it's called Eric Clapton, but really he shares a lot of vocals with Paul. Go check that out. That was fantastic. But anyway, I'm getting off track again. You know what I'm like with Eric Clapton. Cool. Anyway, here we go. So, again, every song on here is good, but I'm listing the very special ones to me. Eleanor Rigby, brilliant. I'm Only Sleeping. Yellow Submarine. You know, I know it's a silly song, but I love it. It's fantastic. Good Day Sunshine. And Your Bird Can Sing. For No One, I Want to Tell You. Got to Get You Into My Life. And of course, Tomorrow Never Knows. Just great stuff. Great stuff. Okay. Top four. This one's going to surprise people because I see a lot of people put this around the middle of their lists. And, you know, I respect everyone's opinion. We all have our opinions. We're all entitled to our opinions. However, for me, I don't get it. I sound like I'm being real stuck in the mud there. No, I completely agree. It's your opinions. But for me, this cannot go really any lower than the top 5. That's Magical Mystery Tour. Why can't this go any lower? Well, the title track, you know, is just fun. It's not very clever, but it's fun. I love it. Fall on the Hill. Your Mother Should Know. I Am the Walrus. Hello, Goodbye. All You Need Is Love. And then especially these two. Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane. That is perfection right there. We do have a couple other tracks on here. Flying, which... Baby You're a Rich Man. You know, I like them songs, but Blue Jay Way I have a soft spot for. That one's really good, but I know that's not considered a classic like the first lot I listed out. But yeah, this is, I absolutely adore this album. There is zero faults in it for me, really. So yeah, Magical Mystery Tour. But you didn't think that one was going to make it that high. Top three. These three, this could be set in stone. These three are always going to be my top 3. They are probably in my top 5 albums of all time as well. These 3 albums, they speak for themselves, really. You put them on and you just generally go, mind blown. But anyway, it's very hard to put these 3 in an order. But this is how it stands for today. Number 3 is going to be, yep, this album. This one which people talk about a lot. It's Sgt. Pepper. That's the one. So yeah. One of the best opening songs ever. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Again, one of the best songs ever in general. Fixing the Hole's great. She's loathing home. She's leaving home, which is beautiful, incredible. Being Here for the Benefit of Mr. Kite. Again, another really cool song. Loads of people love to hate on the Indian Harrison track on this one, Within You Without You. And while I can agree with Love You on Revolver, can't agree here. I actually like Within You Without You. It's a good song. I like that one. When I'm 64, just a Little fun McCartney one there. Lovely Rita. I love that one. That's great. Good morning. Very creative. Love it. And then A Day in the Life. Oh my God. A Day in the Life. What a brilliant song. How someone comes up with that, I don't know. You know, Lennon generally was a complete and utter genius. As were they all, really. You know, but that song there, it's like mind blown. Okay, top two. We all know what ones are left. Them two pretty famous albums. Yeah, coming in at number 2. Very, very hard. I wanted to put this one at number 1. But yeah, I did. Just missed number 1. The Black Album. Oh, the White Album. Okay, so the White Album. Yeah, what can I say about this one? You know, it opens back in the USSR, which is incredible. Has one of the best songs ever on, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Oh Bloody Da is fantastic. There's a load of little songs on there which follow, which I really like Save Your Truffle, Glass Onion, Martha My Dear, I Will. Some great rocking ones on there, you know, Why Don't We Do It in the Road, Helter Skelter, you know, and, you know, it's just, the album is packed full of so much epicness. Fair enough, I will agree, there are a couple tracks on there, you know, filler, definitely, there is a little bit of filler on there. As much as I love this album, I can't deny it. You know, Revolution 9, yeah, okay, I'm not sure about that one. The title of one of them is escaping me. I have to pull it out and look at the track listing. Gatefold will open. There we go. Wild Honey Pie. That's the one I was trying to think of. Yeah, I don't know about that one either. But yeah, I mean, there's other than that though, it's pretty damn awesome. You get the acoustic version of Revolution 1. You got Blackbird. Happiness is a Warm Gun. Again, incredible. Continuing Story of Bungalow Bill. That's really a Lennon and Ono one. And you know, when people hear Yoko Ono's on a Beatles track, I'm sure most people go, no. You know, I'm like, okay, let's hear her out. Let's see. She's not completely, you know, she's grown on me. You know, if you go back to me about 2 years ago, my opinion of Yoko was vile, but she's grown on me. I'm beginning to like her. But yeah, she's actually very good. What she contributed to this album is very good, I'll say. Very good. I'll give Yoko credit. And yeah, you've got Eric Clapton on While My Guitar Gently Weeps. My favourite artist there, with my other favourite artists. So, that song was just meant to be for me, really. But anyway, that's the White Album. Number 1. This is probably my favourite album of all time. It's between this and Derek and the Dominoes. The Zebra Crossing one. Yeah. This is awesome. This is got the oomph. This has definitely got the oomph. Oh god, I hope the oomph thing doesn't catch on. Anyway, well, the A-side is perfect. A-side is 10 out of 10. You know, Come Together, one of the best opening tracks ever. Something, one of the best songs ever in general. Maxwell Silver Hammer, stupid, but I love it. It's incredibly fun. Oh Darling, brilliant McCartney. Octopus's Garden, fun Ringo one, love it. I Want You, She's So Heavy, one of them brilliant, genius, raw Lennon tracks. Side 2 opens up with Here Comes the Sun. If you do not know that song, I don't know where you've been living. Fantastic ballad on the you know, medley, I should say even. Don't know why I said ballad there. Songs on the B-side, ending with Golden Slumbers, Carry the Weight, and The End. And it is a perfect way to end the Beatles' career, because really this is the last album they recorded. So if you think about it, The End is the perfect song for them to end on. Not just because of the title, but the last lines, as me, Mr. Mayo, said in his video. But yeah, this... the reason I really think of this album and the White Album is like that. I love them both equally. But the reason I put this one above is because, as I say, the White Album has a couple songs on which I think are a little bit fillerish. So yeah, there we go. My Beatles least to best list. I've done it, finally. I've done it. Damn it, I'm proud of myself. Anyway, that is it for this video, guys. As I say, I'm going to give one more big shout out. I won't do this too many more times, I promise. I'm going to give one more big shout out to my new movie channel. I'd be really happy and really excited if you guys went over there and checked it out. Gave it a subscribe and maybe checked out a couple videos. Just me talking about movies, old movies, new movies, movie reviews, movie unboxings, you know, the Blu-rays. You know, probably do Blu-ray hunting videos and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, there's a link in the description to my new movie channel as well. So I've got to put a link in the description to, I'm going to just remember this, Eric Clapton's All of Me, my new movie channel, me, Mr. Mayo's video, and Ben Simpson's video. There we go, there's 4 links in the description. And also I'm going to put one more link in there, because another thing which really inspired me to do this video was Vinyl Collector James, who done an awesome Beatles video on his channel the other day. For the Beatles anthology, and you know, that kind of got me back in the Beatles mood, and then seeing Joe's video was like the icing on the cake. It was like, I gotta do a Beatles video again. So I'm gonna put a link in the description to Vinyl Collector James's Beatles anthology video, because that was really great, a lot of fun as well. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out as well. They're all in the description, check all of them out. But as I say, Beatles fans, Paul McCartney fans, you're gonna want to see All of Me by Eric Clapton, because there's a great Paul song there. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've rambled for long enough. Look at this, 25 minutes. Look what the Beatles can do to me. So yeah, thank you guys for watching so much, and I'll see you guys next time.